Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nick. So, we're going to go ahead and start a series starting in the ninth tier of the English football pyramid. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be rough. There's going to be ups and downs. But I'm hoping 15 years and we will be a solid staple in the Premier League. That's the ultimate goal here, is obviously the Premier League. So to kind of introduce you into the club, I'll give you a little background on myself first. My name's Nick. I'm from the US of A, United States. So, from USA, some of you are probably thinking, well, this guy probably has no idea what he's talking about. And you're right. I don't, for the most part. As far as this game goes, I'm fairly good at this game. I've always been into the lower league management, though. I've never been into starting with Manchester United or Man City or in any of the larger clubs in England. I've always been into start from the bottom, work hard, and work your way up to the top. I think that's the more challenging way to do it, and really the best way to do it. There's no real challenge of starting with Manchester United with all their money and all their players that they currently have. My goal is in 15 years to be better than Manchester United and make their money not worth anything compared to Yaxley FC. So that's a little background on me. Let's take a look at the club here real quick. Let's go to club overview. So no league history. A little club background. Founded in 1900. Yaxley, our amateur English club, playing in the United Counties League Premier Division. We play all our games at the Leading Drove and possess basic training facilities, very basic youth facilities, basic junior coaching, and limited youth recruitment network. The club's affectionately known as the Cuckoos, which is really strange, but we'll take it. So, Yaxley FC, never won a competition. Never really done anything. Really, the goal behind picking Yaxley FC was, I wanted a team that sounded different. A team with kind of funky colors. That little orange and blue kit right there is kind of funky, which I thought was kind of cool. So that's kind of the reason I went with Yaxley. So staff-wise, well, let's look at the finances real quick. Okay. Finances, oh man, £2,575 in the bank right now, which is really nothing. But again, that's going to be one of the challenges of taking this club from the lower leagues and turning them into a Premier League team is the finances. The finances are a big part of this transformation. And over the years, they'll get better and better. The only thing that I'm really worried about is when we go semi-pro, hopefully next season after we achieve promotion this year. I'm kind of nervous about players asking for wages and trying to keep some of my better players from the year before, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Income, so we've got £703 coming in from the sponsorship. Just absolutely horrid. But what do you expect here? We're in the ninth tier of English football. So, we're gonna get there. It's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take a lot of effort. But, I think I think we're gonna make this pretty cool. I think we can have a lot of fun with this. If anybody has any players they want me to go after, anybody in particular, anything they want to see from this series, just leave comments and let me know what you think. This is kind of gonna be an interaction between myself and the viewers out there who wanna see this and kind of make it their own, and we can make it a little bit personal and make sure that everybody feels involved in the series. I want to make sure everybody feels involved. That's the most important thing. So tactics wise, the plan is to run a straight 4-4-2, nothing crazy, nothing outrageous. With the two left and right mids, mainly going in for crosses. That's the goal. I love just shooting the ball into the box at any opportune time. Just shooting it in, pumping the ball right into that box. With a poacher and a target man up forward. So obviously, as you can see, I haven't done my tactics yet, but I will here coming up in a second. I started in January. A lot of people think, oh, starting in January, why would you do that? Well, I picked USA and England as the two leagues that I'm going to stick with for this series. I'm not leaving Yaxley FC. I'm not going to leave them unless I get fired or something, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. So, the reason I start in January is it gives me a little more time to set up the squad, because this first season is always the hardest, especially in the amateur leagues, to set up a club and make sure that you have the players that you want for the season to start with. Excuse me. So, starting in January really gives you a lot of options. It gives you a lot of chances to get your squad ready for the next year coming up, rather than waiting until the last second and just trying to get by with whatever you've got. Which, I mean, you can do that if you'd like. But I'm just, I like to take the first season and take it a little bit early. So in 208 days, we play Irchester United in our first United Counties League Premier Division match. So, I'm going to start off by going through all this. So I'm obviously taking charge at Yaxley FC. I am actually pretty delighted to be here. I'm pretty excited. So here's the Chief Scout. He'll probably be gone here coming up soon. I don't see him sticking around too long. I'm gonna bring in a lot of my own players into this squad. Here's all the reports that he's got. So yeah, I'm gonna bring in a lot of new staff. I'm not really too excited with the staff that I've got here right now. I'll show you the staff right now, actually. Let's go through that. Okay, so Ben Hunt. Here's the assistant manager. What I look for in an assistant manager: man management. I like tactical because they can give you hints and tips during matches, which I like. Decent coaching stats is what I look for in an assistant manager, and judging player ability and judging player potential. That's what I really look for. So tactical knowledge is definitely one of those, and then some of the attacking, defending, coaching attributes. This year, working with youngsters is going to be extremely important, because that's mainly what I'm going to have in my squad this year. I'm going to have a lot of young players, and then that's just kind of the way it goes with these lower squads. You have to start low and work your way up. So hopefully these younger guys can develop for me and develop into pretty good players as we go along. So there's Ben Hunt. Let's see, physio, just 5 physiotherapy, really not good. So he's gonna go. And Chris Selby as the chief scout. 3 judging ability, 3 judging potential. He's got to go. And maybe we can get one more scout in as well, so have a chief scout and another scout, so he'll be gone. Let's see. Personal message. Let's go ahead and attend this meeting real quick. Looking forward to achieving big things. Sure, I'd love to learn about the club. Yeah, let's do the... Oh, no, that's one other thing that I wanted to talk about, too, is the press conferences. A lot of people don't like to do the the press conferences. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, it's late here. A lot of people don't like to do the press conferences, and personally, I really do like to do them just because it's like an added bonus to your team talks during matches. It's just another way to get your players happy with what you're doing, is to praise them in the media. Let the media know, like, hey, this guy's been playing really well for me, and they like that. They enjoy that. They want to hear that. So, I think it's beneficial to do it. Yes, it is a pain in the ass a lot of the time. Absolutely, you're right. But at the same point, I think the benefits outweigh the negatives when you're talking about when you're talking about your player happiness, really. Because it is important. It really is. It's important to have your players happy. It really does affect how they play on the pitch, which is, you really kind of, you look at it and you're like, oh, well, that shouldn't really matter, but it does. Every single match that I go into, the first thing I look at against my opposing team is what kind of happiness do they have? What kind of general happiness do they have? If they have a negative general happiness, I'm pretty sure we're going to win that match. I'm going in that match pretty confident that we're going to come out with 3 points. So it's just kind of one of those things that you have to look at and maybe do them on occasion if you haven't been doing them recently, or if you've been doing them recently, keep going on the press conferences. I think it's really beneficial. So you can see the squad right here. We have one player, Andy Lodge, left back. Not terrible. Well, I mean, he's not good. He's really not good, but he's not the worst player I've seen in this game. That is for sure. So, yep, that's how we're going to start this off. We're going to start this series off with the Yaxley FC. Halfway through, maybe in the beginning of July, I'll come back and do another video. Just to kind of give you an update on anything else that's changed over time, if anything at all. I mean, nothing may have happened by the time I get to July. We might not even have signed any players or done anything, but I would expect that we would have. So I might give you an update in July and kind of show you how I'm going to attack the off season and really attack the preseason coming up. I'll give you a little update on that, and we can go from there. I'm really excited about this. Yaxley FC, strange team name. I thought it was kind of funky. Obviously I'm not from England, so I don't know the areas that well. So Yaxley to me sounds kind of cool, kind of funky. I like the colors. Leading Drove, I think, is a kind of a cool grounds name. So I'm excited about this. I really am. Old club. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Next time you see me will probably be in July, if not, maybe early August. And I will talk to you guys later.